In the cutthroat world of hip-hop, no artist has collected more enemies than Drake. For almost 15 years, he's dominated the charts while simultaneously engaging in some of the most explosive beefs in rap history. But what happens when the industry's biggest star becomes its biggest target? You're about to discover the complete story behind every major Drake beef, from career-making victories to devastating defeats that changed the rap landscape forever. And trust me, even if you think you know these stories, there are shocking revelations you've never heard before. Let's start with the beef that nearly broke the internet in 2024. Drake versus Kendrick Lamar. This wasn't just another rap battle. It was arguably the most significant clash since Biggie and Tupac. But here's what most people don't realize. These two have been secretly warring for over a decade. Rewind to the early 2010s. Kendrick performs in Toronto, and Drake, already a superstar, sees potential in the young Compton rapper. He takes Kendrick on tour alongside $AP Rocky and features him on his album, Take Care. Kendrick returns the favor with a Drake feature on Good Kid, Massachusetts, AD City. They're making great music together, collaborating, building each other up. So what went wrong? Everything changed when Kendrick dropped his now legendary verse on Big Sean's Control in 2013. He called out every major rapper, including Drake. "I got love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you." Most artists understood this was competitive spirit, not personal beef. But Drake, he took it personally. In interviews, Drake dismissed Kendrick as fake for talking tough on records, but being friendly in person. This kicked off years of subliminal shots between them. Clever wordplay and veiled references that only the most dedicated fans could decode. Neither would name the other directly, maintaining plausible deniability while the tension simmered beneath the surface. Have you ever wondered what finally pushes artistic rivalry into genuine hatred? In March 2024, we got our answer when Kendrick appeared on Future and Metro Boomin's track, Like That, and finally abandoned all subtlety. The spark? J. Cole had recently released First Person Shooter with Drake, where he called himself Drake and Kendrick the Big Three of rap. Kendrick, apparently tired of being grouped with Drake, fired back, sneak dissing, First Person Shooter. "I hope they came with 3 switches. Mother, the Big Three. It's just Big Me." Drake responded with push-ups, taking shots not just at Kendrick, but at multiple enemies. When that didn't provoke an immediate response, he dropped Tailor-Made Freestyle, featuring AI-generated verses from Tupac and Snoop Dogg, a move many considered disrespectful to hip-hop culture. Kendrick took his time, but when he finally responded, he didn't just attack, he systematically dismantled Drake's entire persona. His track Euphoria warned, "Don't tell no lie about me and I won't tell truths about you." The threat was clear: keep it about rap or I'll expose you. Just days later, Kendrick dropped 616 in LA, suggesting someone in Drake's inner circle was feeding him information. "Have you ever thought that OVO is working for me?" The implication was devastating. Drake couldn't even trust his own team. Think about this for a second. How would you respond if someone suggested your closest friends were betraying you? Drake lashed out with Family Matters, making serious allegations about Kendrick's personal life, including claims about his fiancée, Whitney Alford. This was the moment the beef crossed from musical competition into something much darker. When Kendrick responded with Meet the Grams, he methodically addressed each of Drake's family members, starting with his son Adonis. "Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that man is your father. Let me be honest." He also made shocking allegations about Drake being involved in human trafficking and having a hidden daughter. Before fans could even process that bombshell, Kendrick dropped Not Like Us the very next day, a catchier, more radio-friendly track that repeated the serious allegations while adding new ones. "Why you trolling like a ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor." The impact was immediate and unprecedented. Not Like Us didn't just win the battle, it became a cultural phenomenon, reaching #1 on Billboard as people made TikToks and danced to a song explicitly calling Drake a predator. Drake's response, The Heart Part 6, felt desperate by comparison, and the public had already declared Kendrick the victor. But here's what fascinates me about Drake's career. This wasn't his first major defeat. Back in 2018, he squared off against Pusha T in what many consider his first true loss as a lyricist. The Drake-Pusha conflict had been brewing since 2011, but it exploded when Pusha released The Story of Adidon, a track that revealed Drake had a secret child with former adult film star Sophie Brousseau. "You are hiding a child, let that boy come home," Pusha rapped, suggesting Drake was planning to reveal his son as part of an Adidas campaign called Adidon. The revelation stunned the music world. Jay Prince, one of Drake's mentors, later claimed he convinced Drake not to release a response that would have ended careers, advising him to take the L and move on. How would you handle having your biggest secret exposed to millions? Drake chose to retreat, later acknowledging on his album, Scorpion, that he did indeed have a son, though he framed it differently than Pusha had. Interestingly, Drake's beef with Pusha connects directly to another long-running conflict, his complex relationship with Kanye West. Though they started as mutual admirers, with Kanye directing Drake's Best I Ever Had video, their relationship deteriorated as Drake's star rose. Did you know that Drake claimed on LeBron James's show, The Shop, that he had confided in Kanye about his son during a session in Wyoming, suggesting Kanye was the one who leaked the information to Pusha? The accusation highlighted just how personal these beefs can become. Their conflict took bizarre turns, with Kanye posting Drake's address on Instagram, Drake allegedly implying he had slept with Kim Kardashian on Travis Scott's Sicko Mode, and rumors that Drake's line, "Kiki, do you love me?" from In My Feelings referenced Kim. After years of this drama, they appeared to reconcile in 2021 at the Free Larry Hoover concert. But even this piece was temporary. Drake later rapped, linking with the ops, "I did that Shasterisk T for Jay Prince," suggesting the reconciliation was forced rather than genuine. Have you noticed how many of Drake's beefs revolve around women? The pattern repeats across several conflicts. His issues with Common began over tennis star Serena Williams, whom both had dated. In fact, Drake took shots at Serena's current husband, Alexis Ohanian, on his 2022 track, Middle of the Ocean, rapping, "Sidebar Serena, your husband a groupie." His problems with Tyga stemmed partly from Drake trolling him by liking photos of his ex, Blac Chyna. He even got into a physical altercation with Chris Brown at a nightclub over Rihanna. More recently, Drake's subliminal shots at $1 Rocky appear motivated by Rocky's relationship with Rihanna, Drake's long-rumored love interest. On Fear of Heights, Drake references Rihanna's album Anti while claiming, "The sex was average with you." This blurring of personal and professional conflicts has become a Drake trademark, but it's not always worked against him. His 2015 clash with Meek Mill is widely considered his greatest victory. After Meek accused Drake of using ghostwriters on Twitter, Drake responded with 2 consecutive hits, Charged Up and Back to Back, while Meek's delayed response, Wanna Know, failed to capture the same momentum. The ghostwriting allegations did permanent damage to Drake's reputation as a lyricist, but he won the battle through superior strategy and timing. Back to Back even received a Grammy nomination, the first diss track ever to achieve that distinction. Isn't it fascinating how Drake can be mortal enemies with someone one year and close friends the next? Drake and Meek eventually squashed their beef in 2018, with Drake bringing Meek out during a Boston concert. In a 2023 interview, Meek claimed their friendship was stronger than ever. But not all conflicts can be resolved so neatly. Joe Budden released multiple Drake diss tracks without getting direct responses, though Drake has occasionally trolled him over his hit, Pump It Up. Their tension continues to this day, with Drake taking shots at Budden on 2023's Stories About My Brother after Budden criticized his music on his podcast. And what about Drake's feuds with hip-hop legends? He's had conflicts with Jay-Z over art references, Ludacris over flow accusations, and Diddy over a stolen beat, which allegedly led to Diddy punching Drake outside a Miami club in 2014. Even respected artists like Mos Def and Pharrell Williams haven't been immune from Drake's retaliatory bars. Which brings us to 2024 and the coordinated attack Drake faced. Beyond Kendrick, the list of artists taking shots at him expanded to include Future, Metro Boomin, Rick Ross, The Weeknd, and $1 Rocky. Even NBA player Ja Morant joined in, prompting Drake to diss him on push-ups. What made this situation different from previous beefs was the sense that the industry had collectively turned against Drake. Rick Ross coined the nickname BBL Drizzy, referencing alleged plastic surgery, while Metro Boomin created a BBL Drizzy Beat Challenge, encouraging people worldwide to create Drake diss tracks. So what does all this tell us about Drake? Why does the biggest artist in rap seem constantly embroiled in conflict? Part of it is the nature of hip-hop itself, a genre built on competition where the greatest artists are expected to defend their position. But Drake's conflicts also reveal something about his character, a deep sensitivity to criticism and an unwillingness to let any perceived slight go unanswered. This sensitivity might be his greatest weakness. When Kendrick accused Drake of being in his feelings on Not Like Us, he was highlighting what many see as Drake's Achilles heel, his emotional reactivity. The question now is whether Drake can recover. History suggests he will. He's survived serious blows before, from ghostwriting allegations to the revelation of his secret son. But the 2024 beefs feel different. When Not Like Us became a cultural phenomenon, with people celebrating a song that explicitly attacks Drake's character, it suggested a shift in public perception that might be difficult to reverse. In rap, as in life, reputation is everything. And once it's damaged, rebuilding it requires more than just talent. It requires humility, growth, and sometimes a willingness to accept defeat before moving forward. Only time will tell if Drake possesses these qualities or if his pride will continue to be his downfall. If you found this breakdown fascinating, hit subscribe for more deep dives into hip-hop's most compelling stories. Drop a comment letting me know which Drake beef you think was most significant, and whether you believe he'll bounce back from these recent challenges. This is just the beginning of our journey through rap's most explosive rivalries. I've got so much more to share with you in the coming weeks. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep the conversation going, because in hip-hop, the story is never really over.